Hey everybody, welcome in. Champion, campaign chess. What am I? It's late. I'm sorry. Campaign chess. You get this from the grand campaign. In the purple energy, you every time you fight, you get some of these tokens. I have managed to occur over 1 million. Check up there in the middle. It's taken me a while. It's given me so much discipline. As soon we had a little while back where these chests were introduced into the game. But previously, before these chests existed, we had the campaign um, tab in the exchange where you could get a whole bunch of different characters to gear to all sorts. Then they removed that in one of the last updates in one of my old exchange videos, and then I was like, well, they reintroduced a chest for only tokens, and you'll get like 3 tokens per chest. And I was like, well, it would be kind of nice if there was maybe you had a token chest and maybe you had a gear chest. So I floated that idea out in one of the questionnaires, in one of the what can we do better, that gets asked on Discord from the devs, and they listened, and it's amazing. So what they did is they just changed the chest. So I kind of like floated the idea of different tiered chests for different gear type, like gear levels, so people can choose what they want. But I'm guessing it just now scales with your level. So I've got all here like this, the T4, T5, T6 gear items in this chest. That is what I want. I don't need all the characters. So as you can see, max, 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 max. For anyone who is watching this that hasn't watched my channel before, yes, I am an older beta player. I have been playing this game for 1 year free to play, just doing good strategies on how to keep up, how to do my best. And from doing that, I did get my gems from things like coming first place in the tournament, and by doing that, saving them for like watching my video on how to save gems, how to spend them best, things like that, and all the tips that I give out will be able to get you here one day if you play hard, or play smart, I should say. But now going back to that, I have been hyped for getting some of this gear. I've been waiting for, been holding back. So many of my characters need so much gear, and I'm excited to see how much of these pulls. So I do like that they also show how many of each I've got. So if we have a look here, can I get somebody in the chat to help me note down? Maybe I'll note it down quickly somewhere. I just want to note down how much I have at the start and how much I get at the end. So let us pull one of these up. So sharp corals, I'm just going to do it from top to bottom to top. 211, 269, 717, 248, and then droplets. Man, you need so much droplet. You need so just for any context, for anyone who doesn't know the gear requirements at T6, you need 50 of each of those little zappy pieces. The corals, the icicles, the needles, the thorns. You need 50 of each of those per one cloth that you need to make. Some players need multiple cloths per piece of gear. Some only need one basic one. And then for droplets, you need 70. So getting 5 of these and 5 of those for 1 million worth of the currency is going to be amazing. So hopefully I get some good ones. Now I'm going to go down to the droplets. All right. So I've got 137, 185. 212. I'm just doing this now. I was going to ask someone to help me do it, but I thought, well, we'll save everybody else. Let's save you guys some jobs. Maybe I should have done this earlier and have a bit better prepped. But thank you for staying with me. Alright, now strange fibers, I've got 1, 3, 16. Alright, so we're going to see how much gear I can rack up by the end of this. So let's get started. I'm excited for this. I love the little hand animation as well. Yzma, alright, I'll take that. I wish there was one button that you could open multiple rather than just doing one at a time. Say open 5, open 10. That would be nice. Yes, droplets, please. Strange fibers are probably one of the ones that I would want least. Although you do need lots. And I'll take as much of those heart droplets as I can. Well, actually, all the gear is very much needed, because you need hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of nearly all of these. So I can really do with some stocking up. There was once a day when I used to be able to keep my stacks of these at 500 each. And now, by taking 70 droplets per cloth, 50 of these other assorted items per cloth, and then some characters needing 3 cloths for a bigger cloth, like Hades. So you end up going through a whole lot of these gears. What am I down to 900 already? Okay, this is actually going to go fast. It's not going to be as much gear as I thought, but I'm still excited to have extra, like every extra pair of gear. I'm getting a lot of these those green, these ones right there, those ones, the wispy droplets, those are the health ones. So as mentioned in the gear in the farming video, and same with those thorny ones just there. The thorns and those droplets, there must be a higher rate. I want to just check quickly. On the percentages. So for the gear. So there are higher percentages on getting the strange fiber and then the health droplets. So I actually kind of like that, because you need so much of health droplets. It's kind of nice that you have high percentages. When these were first introduced, and this chest was first introduced, I think everything was the same percent, which is a bit of a shame that I didn't pull then, because it would be nice to pull some of the other ones. But in saying that, it's still all the gear, and I'm going to need lots of all of it anyway, and it's just going to help me from farming a whole, like, imagine farming all of these. You guys know how hard it is to get gear. Imagine farming all of these pieces, like how long it would have taken you to get this many droplets, getting 5 every time, and 5 of these other ones every time. Like, this is amazing. Like, this just makes me like, even though it's not going to get me as far as I'd like it to, and the prices for gearing is so high, it just makes me happy that it's going to make it a little bit easier for me to do that. So let us check this. There we go. We're getting down. How many are we now? 800. So I've nearly gone through 200,000 already. Another 800 to go. Just watching all this gear coming, so it makes me smile. When the gear crunch is like, some people, anyone that knew or is still at like tier 3, tier 4, and you're finding the jumps down there to be high, just wait. Just wait until you need hundreds of these per piece of gear. The struggle is real. But we'll enjoy your gear costs while they are as low as they are. Even though if they seem high, just enjoy it, because the day is gonna come, and then the gear crunch is gonna be real. I've got so many characters that I've got max star that I just don't have the gear for, and that is it. I just don't have the gear to level them all up, so they're sitting, just lying dormant, waiting at lower level until eventually I choose or get enough gear to upgrade them or prioritize them for an event or something. Every farmable character up until global, I think I've got maxed stars, or can max the stars, but I haven't maxed all the stars because of the gold cost. But and then now when Elastigirl became farmable, I finished her off now, so she's maxed, and just working on Sally. Sally is my last farmable character that I'm working on, and it feels nice to have someone to work on again. But one other thing this is going to be amazing for, getting heaps of tokens, converted tokens. I'm going to be able to finish off my Steamboat Mickey. So Steamboat Mickey showcase is going to be on the way at some point, and I love him. He's another super underrated character, but I think he's underrated because not many people have him because of how exclusive he is to get. He is the 7-star exchange, little mystery token, exclusive. So all these extra mystery tokens are gonna go into his last. I think I only need 5 more tokens, so that's like what? 3, 6, less than 1,000. Less than 1,000 tokens is what I needed to get him maxed. And by less than 1,000, I mean like I need 600, 750. I could have just done the maths properly and saved myself 3 now. But anyway, how many gears are we down to? Down to the 600s. I can't wait to see the icicles. I am getting a few more, although I do notice that I have been getting a lot of strange fibers, and that is to be seen by the rates and the chances of getting them. So it just means, all that means is that even though I'm getting lots of those, I don't have to farm these ones, and then I can just focus farming on those other ones that are a little bit harder to get, because they all cost the same energy to farm in farming mode, in the heroes or villains mode. So even though some are more prominent in, say, these packs, or even events, we've had some events like the Onward event gave us the health gear, so the droplets, these droplets in the thorns, just like that. So you can stock up on them there, so which is kind of nice, especially when you need 3 or 4 of them per character. You end up going through a lot. So yes, I need those. I need lots more of those. I need lots more of everything. But I'm excited to see the kind of numbers I'm getting. This is where I might need one of you guys to help. If anybody really wants to, do you want to go back and count how many chests I've opened, or to save yourself some hassle, instead of going back and counting, who wants to just calculate 1.01 million currency coins divided by 5,500, and then we should be able to see. And I keep saying I need to ask you guys for help, and yet I'm probably just going to end up doing it by myself anyway. Instead of just asking for you. And this is me. This is just typical me. It's like, what do I need to ask somebody for help if I can do it myself? In saying that, I have had some amazing people come and offer their help to me recently, and it has been amazing. So that divided by 5500, so I should get about 183-ish openings. So 183-ish openings. So that means we'll be getting well over 500. Going up to nearly 1,000. We're just shy of 1,000 pieces of gear. That is so time saving. That is just amazing right there. So I'm gonna be safe with all these health pieces, which is gonna be nice for a little while until I need to upgrade a few characters, and then it's gonna go. But until then, I'm just going to enjoy having a few more resources, and there's a couple of characters I do want to focus on. But I am also very, very, very short on certain pieces needed. I could do with a lot less strange fibers though, because I went and farmed up a whole lot of those, and now my stacks are just getting massive with strange fibers. So I'm going to get into the stage where soon I'm probably not going to need to ever farm strange fibers. And one other thing I'm going to enjoy about this is that I don't need to save up. I don't need to save these anymore. One question that some people ask is, should I be saving these or just opening the chest? And the answer is just open the chest. There is no benefit to saving them. It's a risk or reward by holding on. It's if you don't spend them on this. I think honestly, these are some amazing rates at 5 pieces of gear per chest opened. Is such an amazing rate at getting gear compared to any other way and every other currency you can get it from in the game. I think this is a very nice amount. So I would buy it now while it's good, in case there was any ever changes in the future that made it worse. I hope that doesn't happen. Hopefully it only gets better. Because the gear crunch is real. So I think maybe once people start catching up to level 60 and getting max level, I think potentially when so many people find out how hard it is to gear past gear tier 6, we may see some possible changes to gear farming. I hope either they give you more drops for the higher tier gear, because you need so much more, especially say like droplets. I think droplets can definitely be given more, since you need so many of them. And I would like to see that actually. But I don't think that it's going to happen until you all catch up. So get leveling, guys. Get leveling. Catch up, and then let's make some changes. But I think that'll also change when gear tier 7 became available when global hit. But it's just like the level up to gear tier 7. None of the actual gear tier 7 gear is available to equip yet. So you're just sitting at the empty tier level, kind of like when you go up from 2 and you just reach 3, but you haven't equipped any of the tier 3 gear. That's what I mean. So that's why we're sitting at 7. We're sitting there at 7, but we can't equip any more gear. Now, with that, I'm estimating that when the gear tier 7 becomes available, then they may potentially make the other levels slightly easier to obtain. I think they've got to. And I think it'll be wise to just to... that's not what I wanted to do. Just to let people catch up. And that is... It seems to be like in the beta, when they changed things, they did end up blocking... Like, they nearly halted all of our progress by stopping any kind of progression. It took well over 2 months to level up any characters, which is horrendous. Although I could see it changing when global comes, and we have had more events with gear, and that has been amazing. So that is speeding it up. So that is good, and I'm always looking forward to more events and things like that, because that makes it fun. Last 100. Let's go. We're nearly there. So close. So many strange fibers. I'm gonna have... I think I had like 1,200-300 before. I'm gonna have like 2k. Maybe not. Maybe I'm exaggerating. But maybe 1,500 or something like that. Yes, because I did estimate that would have what, just shy just shy of 1,000 pieces of gear, so I'm not gonna have that many strange fibers. Nowhere near 50% of them have been strange fibers, so I'll probably have like 1,300 or 400. I actually had 1,300. I wrote it down. I knew I wrote things down for a reason, because I know how my memory is terrible. And I'll be like, after doing all this, I'll be like, oh, my mind is gone. Into the last 60, the last 50, 10 more. 10 more. And then we can see how much we can get. How much else my stacks have improved. And then I'm loving the droplets. Absolutely loving the droplets. Thank you, drops. Alright, last 3, I believe. Last 3. And now let's see. Last one. Done. Alright. 1 million champion chest currency openings worth. And let's go down the bottom. Let's see how many pieces of gear we now have. So we started at 211 and then we went to 321. So we got 100 of the corals. And then we started at 269 and then we ended with 319 icicles. So those are nice little gains. I'll take any gains where we can get some. And for the needles, I was sitting at 170 and now I'm at 251. That is pretty good. That is pretty good. So just a reminder, any of these types of pieces, you need 50. At gear tier 6, you need 50 of any of those needles, thorns, icicles. Those. You need those for the gearing up cloths. So how many do I have now? 348. Oh, I actually got exactly 100 of those rose thorns. So that's not bad. So I went from 200s. I got a good few hundred of each of those. Well, not each of those. Some of them I didn't get 100. But nearly. So that's nice. That is nice. Now, let's go for the droplets. 302 now. So I got 170 of those health droplets. So that's going to be good. 170, so I need 70 per cloth I make. So that's going to make me 140, 2 cloths. How sad is that? Out of all of this, is going to make me just over 2 cloths, but all that farming that I don't have to do just still makes me happy. Now 215 have we got, so we only increased. I had 185 of those before and went to 215, and then also 232, so went up a bit over 100 of those ones of the brassy droplets, so that's pretty decent. I had 100 exactly of the beeswax and I went to 115, so only 15 of those, which is not so great. And now for the cloud droplets, I started off at 228 and now I've only got 268, which I don't mind because we actually see the cloud and the sun droplets in the club exchange, which that's where I'm buying them consistently. So I don't mind not pulling too many of them this time. I'm glad I don't actually, because they're the ones that show up the most. And now for the strange fiber, there we go. I called it partly when I recalculated my numbers. 1,550. So 11551. And so I started at 316 of those. So got a bit over 240 or so, 235. Pretty decent. Massive gear haul. Just for the sake of it, let's open up my loyalty chest. And more Cora. Oh, yes. I get to go to the exchange. Exchange time. Now. Thank you. I'll take my daily gems. Now, for the exchange. I get to, if anyone wants to know, I do have a video about maximizing your exchange, getting the most out of all of your currencies. If you want to check that, go and check out my older videos. If I remember, I'll put a link in the description, but I've already said a few things. So I'm not going to promise too much. But if anyone can remind me or even drop it as a comment, that'll be helpful. So those, as I said, the sun and the cloud droplets always showing up here. So I'm glad I didn't pull too many of them. But what I do want is Steamboat Mickey 5 tokens away from getting him maxed, and he's going to be maxed by the end of the day. So I can do the showcase of him, 7-star, tier 7. Exciting times, exciting times. And just to give you all a little look at my characters, these are all maxed gear tier 7, level 60 gear tier 7. Up down to about Rafiki, who is only 6-star, which I'm hoping to have max level 7-star by the end of this event. Mickey, Steamboat Mickey, going to be maxed soon by the end of the day, star-wise. And then all these characters down here that are just, I've got all the stars for most of these except for Zurg, and Sally, and the Onwards characters, and Scar. So there is still a few characters that I do need to max. And I am just waiting for the events to tick around again until I reinvest in. But like Randall, Sully, Hops, so many of these characters I'd love to do up and play with and do more showcases on. So if you all have a character that you do want me to do a showcase on, that I do have all these stars for, all their bits for, jump in the comments below, let me know who you want me to do up, who you'd love for me to do some showcasing on, good or bad. I have done characters just for fun before, and I'm not afraid of doing that, and I like to have fun. That's why we play. So that is what we're doing. That's what the gear is going to go towards. So just take a look here at Zurg. Let's press A. Zurg, for the gear wise, needs 3 of these cloths to make this one, and each of the cloths are going to be costing me 50 of those extra little pieces, and then 70 because I need 2 of them, 2 lots to make the thread to make the cloth. I'm going to need 70 of those and 50 of those per each of these cloths. You can see how the stretch is going to be. This is the gear crunch. So all that gear was amazing. 1 million champion campaign currency opening chests is done, down the drain. Loving all the extra gear I've got, and being able to do lots of these heart and health ones now. Well, not lots, but a couple of extra is going to help a lot, and a whole lot less grinding. So I can't wait to find out who I'm next going to invest in as well. So can't wait to hear from you guys, and until next time, I'll see you guys in the comments below.